After a groundbreaking and extremely impressive rookie season, Victor Wembanyama's start in the 2024-25 NBA season hasn't been quite as smooth and as impactful as most of us thought. At 7'4", his unique blend of height, skill, and mobility makes him a special talent, but it also presents distinct challenges as he continues his transition into the physically and strategically demanding NBA environment. Today, we will delve into possible reasons behind his early difficulties, including adjustments to the NBA's physicality and him being scouted heavily, the development of his shooting consistency, handling defensive schemes tailored against him, and the endurance required over an NBA season. But first, if you enjoy NBA breakdowns and analysis, please subscribe to the channel. We are working for that 2,000 sub mark and can't do it without you guys. Also, check out the GOATcast podcast, streaming live every week with guests and some wild takes. Thank you, and now let's get into this. The NBA presents a level of physicality that few leagues worldwide can match. Although Wembanyama is remarkably agile and coordinated for his size, his slender frame means that he can sometimes be outmatched by physically stronger opponents. Against powerful NBA centers, his post moves and positioning have occasionally been disrupted, making it hard for him to find comfort near the basket. Wembanyama has a strong motor and the potential to build strength over time, but right now opponents are exploiting his relative lack of muscle mass to bump him off balance and make it difficult to establish low post position. This physical aspect also affects his rebounding, where he sometimes struggles to compete on the boards with veteran players who can leverage their size and strength. A critical area where Wembanyama has encountered early struggles is in his shooting efficiency. He is shooting around 41.3% from the field and only 22.6% from beyond the arc. That's bad, really bad. Part of this comes from the higher defensive pressure he's facing this year. As the focal point of the San Antonio Spurs offense, opposing teams know to prioritize him defensively, challenging him to score through multiple layers of coverage and forcing him into tough shots. His shooting mechanics are solid, but the challenge has been maintaining accuracy under intense pressure. Additionally, NBA defenders are closing out faster, disrupting his shot rhythm. Wembanyama's confidence and willingness to take these shots show promise, but improving his shot selection and efficiency will likely be key areas of focus moving forward. In the NBA, opponents meticulously game plan against key players. That's what the scouting report is for. And Wembanyama has already become the target of specialized defensive schemes. Teams are using various methods to limit his impact, such as double teaming him in the post and closing out aggressively on his three-point attempts. This level of defensive attention is new for him, requiring quicker decision-making and an adaptation to defenses that are designed to exploit his current weaknesses. At times he has struggled to pass out of double teams effectively, leading to turnovers. As he gains more experience, he'll likely improve in reading defenses and reacting with precision, which will help him better manage the defensive pressure he's facing. Now that we have established some of the reasons for Wemby's quote-unquote slow start, let's take a look at his last two games and how he's correcting some of his early inefficiencies. Victor Wembanyama's recent performances against the Utah Jazz on November 9th and Sacramento Kings on November 11th demonstrated his growing dominance in the NBA. In both games, he showcased his versatility, combining offense, defense, and rebounding, which have made him a key player, of course, for the San Antonio Spurs. Against the Utah Jazz, Wembanyama scored 24 points, 16 rebounds, and blocked 7 shots, with a solid field goal percentage of 53.3%, 8 for 15. He was highly effective from beyond the arc, sinking 6 of 9 three-point attempts, 66.7%, and connecting perfectly from the free throw line, 2 for 2. Now, for all the good things, this is a place where Wemby is going to need to study the American playbook. While I'm not saying he should become La Flop, but maybe embellishing some of the contact that he obviously endures would get him to the free throw line a little more, as in his last 5 games, the most free throws he's attempted is 4. For a guy his size that plays near the basket, that's a pretty alarming stat. Let's just go on the sidebar real quick and see that in 9 games, Anthony Davis has already attempted 102 free throws. That's crazy. Meanwhile, Wemby in 11 games has attempted 38 free throws. How insane is that? Now looking defensively, his 7 blocks were pivotal in controlling the paint, making him a daunting presence for Jazz players attempting to score inside. He also demonstrated his ability to secure both offensive and defensive rebounds, recording 13 defensive rebounds and 3 offensive ones. His contribution helped secure a narrow +4 point differential when he was on the court, reflecting his impact on the Spurs' success, but unfortunately losing by 1 point. This is where getting to the free throw line will be paramount for the Spurs to get wins in close games. Now, against the Sacramento Kings last night, or whenever you see this video, but the game was on November 11th, Wembanyama delivered another impactful performance against the Kings, scoring 34 points and grabbing 14 rebounds while adding 3 blocks to his stat line. His offensive efficiency stood out, particularly as he adjusted his shot selection, favoring the 3-ball and drives to the basket to exploit the Kings' defense. Although his 3-point shooting was lower than in the Utah game, Wembanyama compensated by hitting more shots inside. His rim protection and ability to alter shots also kept Sacramento scores in check during crucial moments, further demonstrating his defensive prowess. Across these 2 games, Wemby averaged 29 points, 15 rebounds, and 5 blocks, underscoring his all-around impact on both ends of the floor. His high 3-point shooting against Utah and his adaptability against Sacramento highlight his capability to adjust his game according to the opposition, a quality that's increasingly rare among players of his height and skill level, but a must for Wemby, while he's still a little undersized from a physical standpoint and will likely see the unfortunate injury to a similar-shaped guy like Chet Holmgren as a reason to bulk up even more as he continues his NBA journey. Wembanyama's performance in these games exemplifies his unique blend of scoring, defensive shot blocking, and rebounding, reinforcing his value as a franchise cornerstone for the Spurs, and the addition of point guard legend Chris Paul has helped him to reestablish himself among the great big men in today's game. I know it's early, and the NBA is definitely not a sprint, it's a marathon. But Victor Wembanyama's early season struggles are part of the normal adjustment process for a player of his profile. Despite these challenges, he has shown flashes of brilliance, and his skill set is well suited to eventually thrive in the NBA. With time, experience, and physical development, Wemby is poised to address his initial struggles and evolve into a dominant force for the Spurs. The start of his sophomore season may have started with some growing pains, but the future remains bright for this talented young star. And as a Spurs fan, I have all faith that he'll get it together, so while his stats might not fly off the page, I think he's well on his way to be one of the all-time greats in the NBA. But what do you all think? Are Victor Wembanyama's early struggles just par for the course, or is this showing us that he's not quite where we thought he was? Let me know in the comment section below. And if you made it this far, please like and subscribe to the channel. It can only help, and we're almost to our 2,000 sub goal, and I really appreciate it from you guys. Thank you, and be back soon with more content.